Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we will be making a name sign that will be hanging off a wedding arch. I bought some scrolling blades by Bosch for my jigsaw and I've been really wanting to try them out. So I thought this would be the perfect project to try these blades out. I could cut this on my bandsaw or my scroll saw. I have very little experience with a jigsaw, but I'm getting out of my comfort zone and I'm trying something new. Let's get started. Before I begin, I'm going to protect my surface by putting some contact paper down and using spray adhesive to glue on my G. This G was a little tricky to piece together, so what I ended up doing was making these small rectangles in Inkscape at different points, and it allowed me to tape this together in 5 minutes. There is an easier way to do this, and that would be sending it to a large format printer. That would add another $10 onto this project, and I didn't want to do that. To start, I'm going to take off this corner here. This is going to be my weakest point, so I want to make sure that I'm cutting that part out last. So to start, I'm going to use my pencil here and draw some straight lines to take this out. So I'm going to use clamps to clamp this down to my working surface, and I'm just going to go as far as I can and then reclamp it as I go. Today, I wanted to encourage all you who are watching to get out of your comfort zone. I want to encourage you to push yourself to do new things. Do that project that you've always been wanting to learn how to do. Here you can see that my blade can't quite make this corner. So I'm gonna keep backing up and going forward to give my blade a place to go and allow me to make this corner. When I was in the middle of this, I did have a little freak out moment where I'm like, I should have just cut this on my scroll saw. I did find it in a couple areas to be difficult clamping it to the table. I quickly solved the problem by adding pilot holes in a couple areas on my piece. That allowed me to maneuver a little easier, and I was able to move forward and finish cutting it out. I also wanted to keep the big section of plywood in the middle to one piece, so that way I could use it on a smaller project in the future because I am cheap. Well, it's done, and I'm happy that I tried these blades out. I am pretty satisfied with the results. There really wasn't much tear out on either side of the piece of wood, so I was pretty happy about that. There were some places that didn't come out perfect, but I used my Dremel tool and I got in those tight corners. I sanded it up. I had a few voids on the edges, so I filled that with some wood filler, and now I'm gonna take this 2-in-1 filler and sandable primer. It's actually an automotive primer. I don't plan on edge banding this. The G the customer wanted painted a black, and I think edge banding is gonna be a little too difficult to put on here, and where it's painted, I'm gonna put this on, sand it, and then paint it black. This part here I cut out on my scroll saw. When I designed it in Inkscape, I found a script font that was kind of straight across, and then I took a 1/4 inch high rectangle and I put it on either side, and then I just put some little swirl marks in here to make it look wedding-y. When this is all done, this is gonna get glued right onto here, and on the back side I'm gonna put a hook here and here, and then I'll have a couple up top. This is pretty thin. The weight will be distributed here, and then this will just kind of be for supporting it from going back and forth. I am really happy that I got out of my comfort zone and I tried something new, and now in the future, if I had to use the jigsaw on another project, I know I can do it. I know these blades work really well, and I learned a few things along the way. One thing that I learned as I was using the jigsaw, I had a tendency to want to look from the side and watching where I was going, but I actually found it easier towards the end, unfortunately, that looking straight on down was a much better angle. Also, another thing, because I'm used to using the scroll saw, that of course blows your dust out of the way. I struggled with that. It was not moving my dust out of the way, so I was constantly blowing and blowing and blowing so I could see where I was going. I also left the pattern too close to my plywood when I sprayed the adhesive, so I got a lot of adhesive on the outside of my G. So not only was the sawdust piling up because there is no blower, but it was sticking to the adhesive. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my latest projects, tips, or to be inspired. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Stronger by Grace Designs. If you'd like to check out my website, there is a link in the description and also a link on my banner. See you next time!